It must then that we scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Hey there. Good morning. Happy Monday. Let's go. Today it's going to be a little bit weird. I'm just going to go ahead and start that off right now. We're jumping back into Endwalker. It's going to be awesome. We're moving along. I think I just did my first dungeon. I'll talk about that more in a minute. I do have new internet service coming today. I'm really excited about it. That should really improve my stream quality going forward. It's a lot faster upload speed. So I think I should be able to do 1080p 60 FPS across YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook all simultaneously. So that will be really nice. And so that will be really good. That'll start Wednesday. I'll be able to have the higher quality. But with that coming today, I may potentially get kicked off the stream if they're installing, or I may have to jump off to assist the technician guy. So just kind of be ready. They said they'll be here anywhere between 10 and noon. So that's anywhere between an hour from now or 3 hours. So we may make it all the way to the end if they're anything like the normal kind of technicians who show up after their normal time. But we'll see. Hopefully it won't be like that. And then, I'll be streaming Wednesday and Friday as normal, and those will be kicked up and all nice and pretty and stuff. Here, I'll go ahead and do this. And let's see, what else was I going to say? This is the last week of school before Christmas break for my kiddos. So that shouldn't affect anything too much, I think. I'm still planning on streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. We'll see how that goes. I've said it before. Having them around makes things just a lot more complicated. It is the holiday season. That is tough for, we may have stuff going on. We may be doing last minute shopping, whatever. I'm going to try to work around it. But basically, we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. But the plan right now is Monday, Wednesday, Friday as normal. So we'll see. And then lastly, I changed my guy's hair. I got a nice little ponytail thing going. So we'll see how long I stick with that before I get tired of it. Alright, let's see what Kryle has to say. We just had a little lecture from one of the professors here at the Studium. I can't remember his name right now, but he gave us a big old lecture about theories of this something aether soul something. So basically, let's just go with it. Got something in my eye. Got it. Sorry. Oh, that hurt. While that's given me much to mull over, I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the Forum's true motives and the mysteries of life itself for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave more indebted than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon to us in days to come. And on that note, let's head back to the Annex. Perhaps on the way you could better acquaint yourself with Ki Aliapo, as the scholar suggested, while I share our findings with Raha. Yeah, I don't remember how they said Ki Aliapo, I think maybe? I can't really remember. Jump these tables. Yeah, I did I believe it's the first dungeon for Endwalker. and I thought it was awesome. I loved the final boss. It was great. It was so good. I loved it. The final boss, which is actually like 3 bosses in one, it was super duper cool. One of the better bosses I think I've ever played in this game. Of course, I haven't done any of the hard mode or extreme or any of that stuff really, so maybe I'm missing out. You know what? I think... Yep, I have a weapon right here. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah. What was that? Level 70. Don't need that. Is that item level 70? No. Yeah, item level 70. Great. Okay, let's do this. We also have new pants. Ugh. What? They're like yoga pants? Well, that's hideous. Mostly because it doesn't go with my ensemble. What's up, Graha? Welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the Studium proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow Scions. As expected, news of the warding scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in our possession to Limsa Laminsa. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive? It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let us see what awaits us in Vilbrand. Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Estinian? Poor little Estinian. We only use him for his giant muscles. Phew, I didn't realize these crates were so heavy. I shouldn't complain though. Vritra and the alchemists of the great work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales, so you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the Forum's watchful gaze, I've little choice but to stay behind. We're already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I await word from Master Matoya and our other allies. With luck, we'll soon have good news of our own to share. The tide is about to turn, I can feel it, to Limsa Laminsa. Limsa Laminsa. Alright, see ya, we're going to Limsa. You know what actually I'm gonna do? Since we gotta travel anyway. What's my home point? Fan Ow. What's wrong with me? I'm gonna go to the Gold Saucer. Because I need to turn in my lottery tickets. I had a terrible day doing the scratch-off ones yesterday. Okay, I did horrible. But I specifically waited to go ahead and do the scratcher thing on stream. I mean, not the scratcher, the big lotto. Because the one time I win it, if I win it big, yo, I better be streaming that. Okay, got a 6. I hate a 6. Ooh, dang. Let's try it. And that's why you try it. Got the second best prize right there. My strategy is always shoot for the absolute highest. What's that, a 2? 9, 4, 8. So here, since I know 1, 2, 3 is not on the table, but 7, 8, 9 still is, let's go. Not terrible. Not terrible. How much better could we have done? None better. We maxed out the card. Cool. And that's all you can hope for. Max out the card. Okay, that is not a good draw. Okay, we already know 7, 8, 9 is off the table. Oh, that's weak. Okay, the best thing we can hope for now is a 23. So if this is a 6... Ouch. Ouch. Let's see, I'm just gonna... It's okay there, buddy. It's okay. You know what else? I think I missed it. I didn't get a chance to do the fashion report this weekend. You know, it's really kind of tough right now with how the queues are, especially on the weekend. If you want to do anything, you know, you got to maximize your time, because you can usually get in pretty consistently in the morning on the weekend and during the week, but on the weekend it's even worse. You can usually get in pretty good in the morning, but if you get logged out or anything, then you're looking at a 4,000 queue. And there was an update last week that makes that now move a little bit slower because less people are getting disconnected. I've noticed there's less 2002 errors. That's what was killing everyone before, was the 2002 error. The 20, no, that's what it was this week, right? It was 2002 was the error, and they've applied some kind of fix so that, whoops. Oh, I did get it. Okay, I want one more. They applied some kind of fix so that that's happening less, and I did notice it seems to be happening less, but it's not none. Okay, it's not fixed. But it is better. With it being better, that means people are not getting kicked out of the queue, which is a good thing. But it does mean that the queue moves a little bit slower now. So it's the right move, but it means the queue lasts longer. So once I saw last night, I tried to log in the afternoon, and it was 4,800 people or something. That's going to be a 5-hour queue. And look at that guy. I want to do it. What does he have at Gaja Head? He's just Dumbo. I want to be Dumbo. I want to be a giant Dumbo. That's awesome. Yes, that's terrible. I love it and hate it. How do you get that? Okay. Anyways, my point was just that when you are in, you kind of have to maximize your time, because if you get kicked out, you may not be able to get back in a reasonable fashion. So I just am doing priorities. It didn't feel like I needed to really focus on the fashion report when I could use that time to progress in Endwalker, which, you know, I just want to figure out what's going on in the story. So my apologies for calling you away from Charlene at such short notice. On the contrary, we are honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. 'Twas only right that this discussion be conducted in person. We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it is only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action, and we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But might I ask what your plan entails? No. It hinges entirely on the warding scales and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During your time in Charleon, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts, with no end in sight. To make matters worse, a surge in abductions of Kobold, Sahagin, Ixal, and Ananta have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well. But your triumph in Radzahan has given us cause to hope once more. The time has come to free ourselves of this menace and it is you, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Talafaroi at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. These brave few will be the Ilsabard contingent. To think such progress has been made in so short a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered. Robbed of their free will, they serve the Talafaroi's every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from their suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it is the right thing to do. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember we do not also forsake our compassion and morality, for without that, there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. Aye, on that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and Urianger observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there's reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we'd failed to make any headway. Though the same could be said of the Talafaroi, they're certainly in no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied, while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be substantiated by Y'shtola's analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on our observations inside the Tower of Zot, the spires siphon aether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. The excess of aether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it is not being harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to the larger spire in the capital. There's a logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we'll bring their schemes crashing down along with their infernal towers. That's all well and good, but what would you have us do? I assume it's more than handing over the scales and being on our way. We want you and your scales to join the Ilsabard contingent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. Give this number. Do this. Let's do it for honor and glory. Oh, I wanted this number. Couldn't have put it better myself. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger have already pledged their support and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you have been delivered the warding skills to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Elsabard. Raban and Lord Aomeric are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves known upon arrival. Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Talafaroi so much as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go, safe in the knowledge Eorzea will be as you left it, or better, upon your return. Let's go to Ilsabard. Man, these are getting expensive to travel all around with. Mount up. I still haven't really figured out. I don't feel like I have a good grasp on like the best route through the Alamigan Quarter. I really don't. I really don't. Secret creeper.
Ah, the Wanderers return. You've been busy bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroying the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding scales of yours are what's made this whole venture possible.
Will you and Lord Aymeric be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defensive efforts fall into disarray. And just between us, there was a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Ilsabard contingent. The very suggestion that we send out some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto the Garleans has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters.
Can't please them all.
Sadly that not, though I do my best. Truth be told, I'd much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I've battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade.
I hate to say it, but Lord Aymeric's struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is the peace of mind from knowing Eorzea is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight in Ilsabard, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just.
Thank you, both of you.
We meet again. Ah, that guy. Word of your exploits travels quickly. From what I gather, the protective talismans you obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. So you're not coming with us? Strange. I thought you'd have a stake in this.
I do. The Talafaroi have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. But though every mote of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varys and plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel with the Ilsabard contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of a former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent mission. Whether I am branded a villain or hailed a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. Yeah, true. I don't think they're going to be happy to see me. A fair point, but so long as you refrain from announcing your arrival to all and sundry, the average person should have no inkling as to your identity. Although your titles and deeds are common knowledge, only a select few would recognize you on sight alone. Perhaps one day, they will learn that the Warrior of Light is not a demon to be feared, but a man deserving of their trust. In light of Gaius's rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I would stop at nothing to protect her and her people.
Well said. Might I ask you to escort our friends inside?
You might even bump into an old acquaintance or two, and if I don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury guide and protect you. All of you. Thanks, Aymeric. Always a pleasure to see you, buddy. Let's check out this chest gear. Is it going to be more yoga pants? Okay. You've had this exact type of thing a few times. But it's pretty cool. That's fine. I don't get tired of that one. I just wish the pants looked a little cooler, but I'm not going to mess with it. Best of the best. The other members of the Ilsabard contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you are ready. I'm ready. Let me in.
Let me in.
By the 12.
Which 12?
Just kidding.
Whoa.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
Rude.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose.
True.
We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilzabard contingent.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Lucia!
Yes?
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. For the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end. We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
She's cool. I like her.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Yeah, we will.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company.
Allow me to introduce
Everyone!
myself.
If I may have your attention.
It was weird how all the Lalafels were waving in unison. Even though they're like largely unrelated. Other than being potato heads.
Might I ask you to speak first?
If I must, I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. Here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer, we shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald.
Nice.
To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
It's pretty cool. With all these people from all over.
Of course, with an experienced white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well, those requiring more involved
Hold up.
treatment will be in safe hands. Raya O sends her regards, by the way.
Well, thanks, but no, that's the old me. I don't do that anymore.
I'd better say my piece.
Hey, it's a card.
Wait, I know you. The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten.
But we just met you not that long ago.
The Admiral asked Captain Hillfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughingstock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship.
Preach.
So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but the promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do.
Yup.
Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Oh, we believe you, me.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. Then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest.
Great.
If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Terrapin and I will be leading from the front.
Naturally.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction.
Who calls her that?
With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
Let's do it.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead.
True.
Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabad contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require.
Thank you.
The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa.
Nice.
There is another awaiting introduction.
Lord Emanolaine!
Ah, yes. Emanolaine de Forton, at your service.
The photo.
Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
Yeah, you will. Let's go, Twinkle Toes. I dare say your fancy footwork may be all that stands between us and certain doom.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honorois with my tales of daring do.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea.
Yes.
Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
True.
Would that be the Shinobi of Dome?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been
know who it
sent
is.
in their stead.
It's the Zayla.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Yep.
Forgive us for coming
Well, somehow
late.
they have a Viera with them
We
now,
are the
this guy.
delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as a step is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No
This guy's
quarter
pissed.
to the enemy! Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Our friend.
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
And the
Okay.
Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
True. That would be a lot.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused.
Yeah.
Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy.
Right. But it can't work like that.
But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all.
Absolutely.
Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders.
Yep.
Maxima, who stands with us today, tried to reform Garlemald from within and make peace with Joma. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
Yeah. This scene's going a little long for me. Kind of rehashing
What
it.
lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy.
Yes.
To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garland Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey.
Nice.
However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Right.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers.
Glaciers.
From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us, so it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
Okay.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Okay. Is that directed at me? Like, are we gonna get stuck over there? I'm cool with it. Just curious. Probably not, right? That doesn't sound right. Besides the delegates assembled here, the Amalja and several other tribes offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to their physiology, many would struggle simply to survive in the harsh climate of Ilsabard. They would also likely prove tempting targets for abduction by the Telophoroi. All things considered, they can better aid the cause by bolstering our defenses in Eorzea, though their eagerness to do more has been noted. We few shall have to suffice. Ere we embark, we must distribute the warding skills to our comrades. Care to do the honors? Sure.
still on the quest. No? Oh yeah. Warding skills for the Ishgardian delegation, I take it. Here you go. Many thanks. These talismans may prove to be the deciding factor in the battles to come. I find myself conflicted by this foray into Garlemald, sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my lot with those whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. And now I lead a mission to save the countrymen I'd betrayed. But that is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Aymeric. He would have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. For the future of Ishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. That a set of warding skills I spy? Not that I would know what they'd look like. It's a weird thing to say. Wow, look at these. Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with aether. All the better to fend off the tempering waves, is that the right term? Anyway, these will give us one less thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. Only one way to find out, eh? And nervous or not, I'd march through all 7 hells if it gave me a chance to put Xenos back in the grave where he belongs. True. Ah, them scales everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, ain't they? Reckon they'll be worth a gill or two when this is all over, but we'll hold on to them for now. And one more thing. I know what you're all thinking. Why didn't they send Adzar instead? Buggered if I know. All the Admiral and Captain Hilfear told me was they needed someone to help safeguard the future. And here I am. Can't say they haven't got a sense of humor. Of course, some of you might be wondering what good a pirate is on dry land, in the middle of the sodden snow of all places. Well, me and my crew will do whatever needs doing, so let's set sail. Or however the saying goes on airships. So these big dramatic shadows are kind of cool from this angle, but if you get them at the wrong angle, they are extremely pixely. But viewed from afar, they look pretty cool. This is a pretty dramatic shot here, with that light pouring in from the back and it's casting these long shadows. Very cool. I mentioned in starting with Shadowbringers, they've really started laying on these like really high contrast, striking artwork kind of set pieces. I really appreciate that. Yes? So these are the famed warding skills. Enough for me and my men, I see. I myself am especially grateful for this opportunity to visit distant lands. I wish to follow in the steps of Master Atawa and learn all there is to learn of this star we call home. Indeed, that is the primary reason I volunteered to join the expedition. To journey outside the Twelveswood, much less enter into Imperial territory, is a rare privilege afforded a Podule. Not that I'm tagging along to see the sights. The Garleans would benefit from my healing magics, as would our comrades should fighting break out. It will. We heard it would be cold in Garlemald, so we came prepared. Oh, the talismans! We are to keep these close at all times, yes? I will see that no one misplaces theirs. Ah, and before I forget, I have a message from Hien. In distant lands, in times of strife, together stand, together fight. In darkness shines the light of life. I hope I have done his words justice. Doma, like much of Othard, has been plagued by the towers. Yet while he could not be here, he wished to express his shared conviction. Hien and Yugiri labor without rest to unite the people, and with their aid will we keep the enemy at bay, and we of the Steppe and the Eastern Alliance will repay their efforts by ending this war. Do you have a warding scale for me too? Thank you for this, and for going to such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice if I may. You have been told by many to wear the cold of Ilsabard, and I cannot stress enough that this is no token warning. I will be distributing specially made warming tinctures, courtesy of the Alchemist Guild, but understand that they are no substitute for proper protection. I leave the provisioning of said protection to your discretion. Now let us proceed to the Alamegan Quarter. While you make your final preparations, I will have the pilots ready the airships. It's weird how much they're talking about have warm clothes, because that doesn't... I don't think that's a thing in this game. Right? It doesn't matter what clothes I'm wearing. This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Urianger and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. Estinian claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor, and since he spent a fair bit of time up north recently as well, I have no reason to doubt his words. He's right there. Why are you talking about him like that? Most of the others will be borrowing Grain Company stock. The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Here, one second. My cat needs to get out. Sorry about that. So, my cat has an interesting way of communicating when she needs something. She just scratches the hell out of the carpet. She just goes right in front of whatever it is she wants. And she just thinks that's going to get a reaction. And, you know, to be fair, most of the time it will, because I can't have her scratching the hell out of the carpet. So, like in this case, I go and open the door. But she's not super bright, so she'll do that in front of, like, if there's a ball or something on the ground, she'll go up and scratch the carpet right in front of it. I think, and she's hoping that the ball will start, like, rolling around for her. But of course, the ball doesn't understand this kind of communication, so it just sits there, and the carpet gets scratched up to hell. So, what are you gonna do? Not to put too fine a point on it, but I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to find something to my liking. She's gonna magic something up. Nope. Tataru's here. Right? Hark, is that the cry of scions in need of a tailor I hear? It's gotta be Tataru, right? She's made us some winter clothes. But how? Mwahaha, I have my ways. Oh yes, indeed. You thought you could sneak off to Elsebard without telling me? Ha, nothing escapes my notice. Huzzah! Now you will wear these garments I've made for you, whether you like it or not. I like it. You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. It's all in the name of fashion. Rather, the pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've never worn them myself? I did have one other thing to share. Argmus and Blomwida have finally returned from assignments in faraway lands. They'll be staying at the Rising Stones for a while to keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea. Since they'll be running things back at headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Charlian? Oh, why not? You can keep Kryl company in the Baldessian Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there, and I heard Armgus and Blomwida did a fine job carrying on in our stead while we were lying comatose. But with them in charge of the Rising Stones, we've nothing to worry about. My thoughts exactly. Also, while I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because a certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in a position to transport your souls to another world. If anything similar disastrous were to happen, I'll be well positioned to do something about it. Anyway, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to Charlian. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you, other than pray for your safe return, which I will, every day. Let's not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Indeed. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly.
Hope it looks cool on me. Put straight into my armory chest. It's probably not recommended. Let's put it on. It was the North Sea coat. Is it cool? No. But we're gonna do it anyways. We're gonna fit with the theme. We're gonna role play a little bit here. There we go. Looking like Santa Claus. Do I have any red dye? I need to get some ruby red. Yeah, look at that. How Christmassy is that? What about a nice green? Hunter green. Big ruby red. Okay, let's go. I'm all made up and ready for winter. I'm told the airship pilot has been sent to meet you. Ah, there he is. Alright, this is where we go our separate ways. Do be careful, won't you? Look, we got the glow. That means it's a duty. Solo duty. It's an honor to finally meet you. We of the Garland Ironworks will be ferrying you and your contingent across the mountains and into Garlemald. For many of us, it will be something of a homecoming. Our illustrious founder was only our most notable Imperial defector. For that reason, the company is committed to the success of this expedition. Our resources are at your disposal, and if there is aught we might do to be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. If you're ready to depart, I will ready the engines. Upon boarding the airship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these in return. In addition, you'll be required to participate in battle, and your progress will be saved at certain points. Cool. If you enter battle associated with other quests or log out, this progress will be lost. Let's go. Hopefully we won't get logged out, but you know how this goes, because I already said I might get logged out. Fingies crossed. Okay, we're there, right?
Ilsabad, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly?
Is it Emmett Selk? Who's talking? That's what I'm wondering. It sounds like Emmett Selk, which would be awesome, but he's dead.
On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius.
I would not pronounce that Glacius if I saw it. So I'm glad that I heard it.
The winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
I'm gonna switch around to every character. Well, I wonder if it'll make me play as Alphino, who is a sage now. I have not touched Sage or Reaper yet.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Right.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they're led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number.
Right.
However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
Okay.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus' death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Okay.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
They're all tempered.
then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
Yep.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
No, it's not.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment?
Yes.
Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial Detachment's current position.
Okay.
Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments. And once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into two groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most.
Yep.
I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they do such a good job. Better than pretty much any game I've ever played. I don't think there's a better game that makes it feel like I'm a freaking superhero. At least an RPG, right? I mean, superhero games are different and stuff. But of an RPG, especially an MMO, they really go out of their way to paint this picture that I'm not just like some champion of battle. I'm a literal superhero. The biggest weapon that the Eorzean Alliance has, all that stuff. That's awesome. They make constant reference to how nobody could match my power.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Nice.
Stoller always did have a flair for the dramatic.
Stoller.
She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks.
Hot.
All right. Once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely.
Right.
Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. A blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
Let's go.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
That's what he's
Wouldn't
good
have
at.
it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Heck yeah, you do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Heck yeah, you do. Yep, I'm thinky. Wait, I can take the request? Assuming there's nothing else you wish to confirm, we may commence the mission as soon as you're ready. Yeah, let me learn about mission-specific actions. Swift deception renders Thancred invisible and increases his movement speed. While active, they'll be unable to perceive him. However, it has no effect on the dogs. This action can only be used outside of... Okay. Thancred's silent takedown will instantly render a soldier unconscious. Ooh. Okay. As guard dogs can detect Thancred even when Swift Deception is active, you can instead use a bewilderment bomb to distract them. Okay, so it only works on dogs. Okay, let's go. This is kind of weird.
Keep your wits about you.
I'm a little nervous about a stealth section.
We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Okay, how do I... I just have to sit around and wait for a while? That kind of sucks. Yep, time to go night-night. Wait, why did I... Okay, got him. I don't understand why I came out of stealth for that. Okay, that thing is down now. Now to set the explosive. I'm gonna take this guy out. No, I can't. Got it.
Seven hells.
Let's just kill this guy. Maybe. Tremendously messed that up. What's a Magitech slasher? I don't like that. Alright, now let's go night-night. We are totally invisible. Okay, let that guy go on. Now's our chance. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Okay. Sleep. Now I need to deactivate the Magitech field. Okay, yikes. Didn't realize that had a limit. It only lasts 10 seconds. Okay. Hurry before a slasher comes. Okay, let's get in here and hide. Okay, we're good for now. I'm guessing that they can't get at me from the back. Oh, he's incapacitated. Cool, okay. Which ones do I need to arm? This one over here. Can I get it from this side? Yes. Nice. Got it. Get it. Go invisible. Nice. Now to hide, send word. Okay, that was easy.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
I like this number right here. This is new.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned.
Yes, it is.
Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
It's that way.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
Yep. Good night. Go for it. Dang it.
Spotted.
Back here. Hopefully no other guys will see me. Okay. Where am I trying to get to? Access the control terminal. Which is where? Over here somewhere? Yeah, there it is. Guy. There's also a dog over there. No.
Hells.
What? I had no idea it would be like that. That sucks. Okay. Come on. No. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, nice. And then that thing left, so I'm gonna okay, I'm gonna wait here for just a couple seconds. By a couple, I mean 8 for some stupid reason. Okay. Let's take out this guy. Let's throw this at the dog. Got him. Okay, that thing over there is going crazy. I need to stay away from that. Okay. Cool. And then he's going to turn down this road, so that's good. Ready, watch, wait for it. Come on. Okay. Where are the controls again? Oh, over there. Shoot. How am I going to get over there? Run away. I don't like this. 3, 2, 1, go. Take this full out. And activate. Nice. Should be in control. I mean, in good shape now. Can I get it? My bad. Okay, got it. Withdraw. Okay, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Generally speaking, I'm not a huge fan of stealth in non-stealth games. Love stealth in stealth games. Non-stealth games. Yeah.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
Of course.
What news from our comrades?
I would never tell you.
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
Blow it up. Blow it up, fool. Oh, I like that thing. Bigger. Nice. That was cool.
A few moments later at the rear of the Ilsevard contingent supply caravan.
The blizzard's beginning to clear.
Yeah, it is.
The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now. If they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be alright, but...
Are you nervous? Uh-oh. What is this?
Wait! Something's coming!
Right, but what? Dog. I don't care about dogs.
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts.
Real?
Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem at all. Is that weird to talk like that?
Fighters! Protect the others!
I'm gonna hit you with some technical steps. Hit you hard, fast. Get got. Totally pressed the wrong button.
A brief respite, but stay alert. Keep the carriages safe.
Yep. It's supposed to come up? Yes.
What impeccable timing!
Right.
Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishtar is here!
That's me. I'm the savior of Endwalker. Come on, jerkhead. You're dead. You're dead, jerkheads. Okay. Moving up, or... Oh, no. One of these little fools. Okay.
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
We're the only ones struggling.
Yeah, because I wasn't here to save you.
How we put our backs into the dead.
Gonna give him the technical step.
I've been itching for this.
I do like stuff like this. This is pretty cool. It feels suitably, like epic, and kind of reminds me of like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings or something, where they're trying to attack our carriages, and our army is trying to stop them. It's pretty cool. Got him. Which one? Oh, that guy. That was cool. Now we gotta kill him.
Get him. Come on. You held him off. Come on. You dead. That was big stuff. There we go. There we go. Keep going.
You lot alright back there?
So alright.
We're fine. I'm ready for more.
So ready for more.
Hear that? Get to the front and turn the tide.
Head north and join the vanguard. Got it. I'm working on it. Meanwhile, on the front line...
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal. In time. The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Fair.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
Yeah, think about that.
That I did.
Get him, Lise. Oh, get him, Magni.
That's for Gilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
Yeah, you do.
There's no end to them.
No, but here I come. We're all
I was
good.
wondering when you'd turn up.
I'm here.
There's no stopping us now. Come on. Let's show them what we're made of.
Yeah, let's do it. This is a pretty good little group we got here.
We have them now! Forward!
What you got? So this part overall is like pretty undeniably awesome that we are invading Garlemald at all.
Right!
That is cool. I'm on board. Get got. I'll just walk into my trap. This is my bread and butter right here. What's a raging bull? Oh, as a raging bull. You're the raging bull. Get it. Oh. Oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. Weird. Okay, so I'm watching back there.
Do not fall behind!
There was like dungeon mechanics and stuff going on in the background. Like where I couldn't get to. So that's kind of cool. It's like showing that the NPC guys are dealing with the same stuff. Which obviously they're not NPCs. But
I like it. The point worked on me. They did a group up thing, and it knocked them all out. Yup. You gonna get dead though. He's gonna kill ya. Keep up. Right out. Hey, why are you guys overlapping? You dumb? As usual, this is going a little longer than I feel like it should.
Is everyone alright?
Yeah, here we go. Come on, ton of Magitex. Come on. Ain't got nothing.
Lord, die!
Okay. Come get some. Come get some. No, it's taking way too long. We're only halfway on this guy. Hopefully someone's going to do one of their, like, giant attacks that kills everyone. Because right now, this is like... Alright, point made. He's tough. He's taking our whole team together, but... over and over, and there's not really great mechanics here. Just dodge those things. So awesome. Dodge the bombs. Just fine. Bombs and magic attack. Okay, that's fine with me. Because I have my dance set. Love the nasty damage. Okay, we like nasty damage. Looks like this is requiring too much bandwidth, and that's messing up my stream. This is exactly why. Getting the new internet today, I'm excited. It's going to be a wonderful thing. Get him down.
Tremble before the sun!
Got going off for 15 more seconds. We got this. Nice one, Sadu. Let's go, Sadu. That's pretty cool. Killer.
A worthy adversary.
Indeed.
Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death.
Yeah.
Sadu Hatun.
Sorry, Magni.
That was the last of them.
Indeed.
The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan?
Yep. They're good. I already saved them.
Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
Man. Yeah, they weren't lying about a big tower. Yikes. They were not kidding about a big tower,
So
were they?
cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. "800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes.
Dang. It is destroyed.
In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth. Freezing, hungry, desperate, hated.
Not really sure hated fits in there. That's not really like the other ones.
The chosen forsaken.
Okay, we've made it through now.
In
What?
the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks?
He was an Ascian.
Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes.
Yeah, this must be M itself, right?
Far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
Garlemald is all messed up.
Not so much as a whisper.
True.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
Wow. A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
That's what it looks like.
We can consider the question after we have made camp.
Fair point.
If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
True.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
So I'm going to be able to
If we're
attune
planning
it?
on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
So are we calling it Broken Glass? It's a pretty cool name for a place. Camp Broken Glass, yeah. Dang. Wow, okay. Wonder where we're going from here. In spite of the obstacles we've faced, our plan proceeds apace. Just a little farther and we can reach the capital itself. Still, we mustn't get ahead of ourselves.
As soon as the camp has been made fit for purpose, we are to discuss a course of action with Lucia. Would you mind asking Nishtola and Graha to join us in that building to the northeast of camp? Alice and I will meet you there. What up, Ishi? A meeting? Yes, I'll make my way over once my head is cleared. In truth, I've been feeling out of sorts since we arrived. The air is thick with a palpable aura of malevolence. 'Tis the monstrous tower on the horizon, jagged, hideous, unholy. Even at this distance, its presence is overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt in the Tower of Zot, only far more terrifying. Aether flows unceasingly towards it, converging into a swirling mass of unfathomable power. For a blessing, the constant chill in the air is helping to anchor my senses in the here and now. Tell the others I shall be with you in a few moments. Where you at, Grahi? What? Gotta wait for the whistle. Always wait for the whistle. Come on, you're better than this. Come on, Daki. You will be pleased to know that most of the Tempered have been quartered inside the nearby buildings and are receiving treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt for commandeering civilian homes. The occupants may be long gone, but everything is exactly as they left it. Considering the length of time that has clearly passed since, one would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there are no signs of anything having been stolen. It's possible that everyone fled at the first sign of trouble, though it seems to me they left far too many useful possessions behind. Aye, although there is no conclusive evidence, I strongly suspect they were tempered. Sorry, I was merely thinking aloud. You mentioned a meeting? I will make my way there. Thank you for informing the others of our meeting. Anytime. When everyone is here, we will begin. And yeah, I wonder what's the next step from here, right?
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
Nice.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city. For therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
Okay.
I have a suggestion, if I may.
Yes, you in the back.
Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
Good point, so maybe we
A
should cure them.
promising idea. I will assist the healers in their ministration. Of course, I will require epoxy of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twould be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
Yeah, good point.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next.
Giving up the
My
ghost, I
Smiths
like
reckon
that.
with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinists will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We have made our presence known to the Telophoroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position.
Okay.
That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
Ooh.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Yep. Good idea.
Don't forget about us Alamegans.
Right.
We have experienced scouts of our own.
True.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace.
Then do it.
How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
Oh, yeah.
Twould be my honor to be of service. Though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino.
Ooh.
Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors.
What is the Eblan Rhine?
Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
Yeah, let's just be nice. If there are any survivors, we will find them.
I have faith that you will, and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
You gotta pick your time for snarkiness. Okay, that's something that I've learned the hard way. So, when someone's talking about search the fields for survivors, that's a no on the snarky department. That's gonna be a nah. Gods be good. If it's this cold with Tataru's clothing, I dread to think how we'd fare without it. I must remember to thank her when next we meet. It makes me realize, too, that while the people of Garlemald have spent their whole lives in conditions like these, even if they'd be hard-pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. Even they'd be hard-pressed. Okay. If there are any survivors, we must find them, and quickly. Yeah. Got it. What ho, chums? Been given something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like a rather tall order. Since you ask, we're to scour the Eblan Rhine for survivors. What? Wander around the ice fields on the off chance you'll find someone. You'd take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my expertise, or more specifically, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him. It's a pretty big area, huh? Let's go ahead and grab this guy. I've seen Tiffany's. I did a dungeon with Tiffany Starseeker. I remember the name standing out to me. Because that's an awesome name. Tiffany Starseeker. Oh, I like those big sheep buffalo thing. That's awesome. I want one. Can I ride one? I want one. I spy with my little telescope a massive sheep thing? Or maybe it's a cow? Not what we're after either way. Is that an aether current? Oh, no, it's just a wind sprite. Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. But lo, what do I see o'er yon hillock? There's no mistaking it. That's a girl. A survivor? Show me. Over there behind that tree. It looks like she's running away from something, though surely not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All that I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress, a rather fetching one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. I'll let Lucia know where you're heading. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilled to the bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful, thank you. But won't you need some for yourself? No, I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget, the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Now go, and Godspeed. Alright, let's go find this girl. Go away, Avibos. Avibosly. If I go like just a little bit farther, will he leave me alone? Yep, see ya. Alright, footprints in the snow. A trail of fresh footprints leads east. Estion. Now it leads towards the building. We're getting closer, I'm sure of it. At first, we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been opened in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. Then again, it's also possible that she ran right past this place. Would you mind searching up ahead? Yeah, she did. She didn't go in. She just kept on kicking on. Surveying very hard. The girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out for her from this distance, it might attract wild beasts to your location. It would be safer to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention. But I can't go invisible like Thancred. Follow the girl from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you're noticed. Make use of cover, such as rocks, to approach her without being seen. Similarly, the objective will also end in failure if you fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning to the designated location. I'm following. Hiding. I'm hiding over here. I'm waiting. She's waiting. Pant. Don't turn around and look at me though, girl. Ah, she did. So far, so good. Oh, I almost went too soon. Okay. Trying to leave a weird trail, and it's working. Oh, if I go sideways, I don't leave a trail at all. Is someone there? No. There's no one here. You know that, girl in green. You must be imagining things. I like how I can tell what this girl's gonna do by looking at Tiffany Starseeker. Which, by the way, sounds like an awesome 80s cartoon. If those bees spot me, I'm done for. Don't look at Tiffany, though. Pretend Tiffany's not there. Oh, that thing's huge. I hope my luck holds. Just gonna dance with Tiffany. Bye, Tiff. This is it, the final spurt. Get ready to spurt. We can just keep going. Nice. Good job, Tiff. Good talk. That counted as a duty. Phew, still in one piece. Duty. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alphino. This is my sister Alize and our good friend Doc. We've no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all of this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Talaferoi are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they've destroyed the entire world. They're the enemy, our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who wasn't already enslaved. How were you able to escape the Talaferoi's influence? Are there any others like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name's Licinia. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question. Ever since that night and the roar, that terrible roar, and then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran, past friends, people I'd known all my life. Eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Do you have family here? Is this their home? No, this is Victor's Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was, but now me and a few others are, borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone else safe, and I didn't know if you were
The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help. Can you? Of course. Whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'd better tell the others first, though. Wait here. How do you have others? Is the question that I have. This is everyone. Licinia says you can be trusted, but these are desperate times. We'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take you at your word. If that's too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Could you provide the spark with a little magic, Alize? We'll have a fire burning in no time. May we build it under that gazebo? The what? Oh, you mean the bower. Yes, do as you will. Complete. Nice. Oh, thanks, Tiffany Starseeker. Thank you for cheering me. I'm gonna get some new pants, thank goodness. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in a far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Yes, back at the base, yes. Meow. I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it will take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Emanalane's tinctures, the ones that warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? Here you go. Just take them. Oh, I'm taking them from... The numbness is beginning to subside, though I suspect once the fire dies, it will return with a vengeance. Here you go. Warming tincture? I've never heard of such a thing. No harm in trying. But tell me, have you heard aught of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what's happened. It's nothing but ruins now. The few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification, the magitech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What machina that remains operational cannot be run for lack of ceruleum. Of course, Cerulia Engines is full of the stuff for all the good it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. Maybe we need to get Sid or somebody in here. Oh, what sweet libation is this? Is it poison by any chance? Haha, 'twas a joke. Ha 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 ha. Ah, if I laugh, 'tis that I may not weep, so said the poet, and alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek ere they fall. We are the blessed damned to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren lie dead, or live on as puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosions, and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the disheveled remnants, their lavish finery caked in ash as they shuffled mindlessly towards the palace, each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for their kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. You're a very long-winded individual, aren't you? What do you want? I want to give you something, friend. A tincture?
May as well drink it, I suppose. I almost said drinkture. A tincture? I just drinkture. What that thing is? It's a radio. You don't have them where you come from, I take it? We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. Made with quality components crafted with the finest ore, sourced from Locus Amonis it is. Not all that useful since the capital fell into ruin. The people at the broadcasting station must have either fled or ended up like all the others, because all we've been hearing is the same music, being played over and over again. Oh, I noticed the music sounds kind of radio-y. Home beyond the horizon. An ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amonis. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hoped to take back what was once ours. 'Tis a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Varys yet lives, and that he speaks to us through our radios. It was a cunning strategy faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself, that he may one day make his triumphant return. Yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Varys would not be defeated so easily. Sorry about you, guy. Varys, he dead. But you know how this game works. Nobody's really dead, right? Especially, Xenos. Of all peoples. What's that? Got something for you. It's a tincture for you to drink, sure. So this is what you gave the others. Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Laterum? I saw Legatus Vergilia's troops heading towards the Magna Glacius a few days ago. Glacius. Are they the ones you encountered? We killed him. We didn't kill him, we took him. Camp Broken Glass, you call it. And Vergilia and her men are all there now. So how did you reach the Magna Glacius? Did you cross the mountains on foot? We got airships, girl. Airships? Then there might be a way to... Lucinia, where is everyone? Is something the matter? A voice from inside, you say? You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps a baby Almasty has found its way into the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people, too. I've just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat a Legatus, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. But if you've a mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There's a small group of tappers living there, people whose job was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food. And that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we'd have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough ceruleum to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies, but there might be another way to pay the tappers. You'd best watch out for baby Almasties while we're away. Ah, yes, of course. If I see any, I'll be sure to shoo them away. To reach Tapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky too, so it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. So, what the heck was that voice? It called out for her by name, and then she acts like she didn't hear it. So, what in the world is that about? Oh, I have mail. I never have mail. Interesting. Can't wait to check it. Sorry, I hear a commotion going on in my house. I think it's fine. Really? What could go wrong? Oh, Tiffany. What's up, you burly tapper? Who goes there? How'd you find us? What do you mean I stand out like a sore thumb? If the purebloods over at Victor's Spoils hadn't given away our location, you'd have never found us. Those stuck-up arseholes. Thought they could come waltzing in here demanding cerulean with nothing to offer in return? Huh. Looks like the boot's on the other foot now the capital's gone to shite. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know you're a game sellsword. If they think we'll give in to intimidation, they've got another think coming. Oh. So we're just jumping straight into Moida. Don't gotta be like this, you burly tappers. You burliest of tappers. Stop, please. Consider me intimidated. But we weren't. That wasn't what I was gonna do. There you are. Just after you left, Licinia asked me to go and catch up with you, in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let slip that I've a little experience in transporting barrels of ceruleum. So this is Tapper's Den. Well then, after you. Who are you? What happened to the guards? I killed them. Eorzeans and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why in the hells would you pass up this chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess. None of you are Garlean? You were brought here from other lands? Garabanya, Yansha, Bastia, Damaska, to name but a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bollocks about a better life, all put to work extracting ceruleum. All given the esteemed title of An, placing us firmly on the bottom rung of that ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. About the only thing that's escaped more or less unscathed is Cerulia engines. Still sustaining us, even without our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drying up ceruleum from the bottom of the lake, but how can you do it? How can you do that if it's frozen over? Wouldn't you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if ceruleum is used for much these days, what with the city in ruins. We take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And though it helps stave off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent we've got ceruleum by the barrelful. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? Even if we managed to get back to our homelands, there'd be nothing left for us thanks to the Empire, and the knowledge and skills we acquired working here would be practically useless outside of Garlemald. So we're staying for the time being. long as there's a need for ceruleum, we'll find a way to get by, even if Garlemald as we know it is gone for good. Gone for good. Yeah.
The AT&T guy is wanting to come up here. He's running the wire. He's running it.
Okay.
Also, I have Dr. Checo at 12:30.
Okay.
So I would need to leave at about 12:10 or something like that.
Okay.
You'll have to be in touch with this
That's
guy.
fine. I'll get off now. Okay.
But he's going to come up here.
Okay.
And
No
look
problem.
around. He got into it with Rex. Rex didn't want him late.
Okay, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
I'll be there in a minute.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But he's going to be coming in.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and jump off now. I will see you guys Wednesday and Friday. Thank you guys.